Hello everyone, we're just back from town on Tuesday tea time. And here's Socky, he's just woken up. We've driven back through the rain after a lovely afternoon in town with our friend Rosie having pizza in town. And because we haven't seen each other since before Christmas, exchanging gifts as we had our pizza. You weren't there, Socks. But look, what's this? You've got a present. Can you see? With a label that says, Merry Christmas Bernard Socks. Love, Rosie and the kitties. That's her cats. What do you think? It's quite dark. Need some more light so you can see. How's that? Whoops. There you are. Do you want to open this? Shall we open it? What's in here? You've got, we'll keep the label. Look. What's in here though? What's that? Oh, this is advertising. And what's that one? Kiss, kiss. Look, chicken. Oh, that's even fancier than. Oh, all right. Calm down. Fancy it. Look, let's open it. Should we open it? What's that like? Oh, too many fell out. That's way too many. Oh. People can hear you chewing now. Is that what you want? Should we leave Socks to it? That's a better view. There he is. Thanks, Rosie. Socks has had so many gifts, haven't you? Of dreamies and snacks. But those are amazing. Softies for cats. Look, there you are. There you are. Okay, you finish them. I'm going to go over here for a bit. Oh, there he is. Say thank you. I'm going to sit here and talk about some books, because books have arrived in the house when they shouldn't really. I'm not buying books, although I did buy that one the other day that I told you about. There's a book club book that I had to get, of course. For, whoops, not next book club, but the one after. Siobhan chose Stuart, Life Backwards by Alexander Masters, which came out a number of years ago. 20 years ago. I had a paperback at some point. I don't know where that went. Stuart does not like the manuscript. 2 years worth of interviews and literary effort to write a biography of this annoying man who now sits squeezed into an armchair, his ugly mug pushed forward in objection. What's the matter with it? It's bollocks boring. Put briefly, his objection is this: I drone on. I don't mean to be rude. I know you put a lot of work in, Stuart says. He's after a bestseller, like what Tom Clancy writes. But you are not an assassin trying to frazzle the president with anthrax bombs, I point out. You are an ex-homeless, ex-junkie psychopath. I do not add. Stuart, A Life Backwards is a story of a remarkable friendship between a reclusive writer and illustrator, a middle-class scum ponce, if you want to be honest about it, Alexander, and a chaotic, knife-wielding beggar, whom he gets to know during a campaign to release two charity workers from prison. Interwoven into this is Stuart's confession, the story of his life told backwards. With humour, compassion and exasperation, Masters slowly works back through post office heists, prison riots, and the exact day Stuart discovered violence, to unfold the reasons why he changed from a happy-go-lucky little boy into a polydrug addict alcoholic. Jekyll and Hyde personality, with a fondness for what he called of little strips of silver. Knives to you and me. It sounds good. Print's tiny and it's got pictures. So that's not next book club, but the one after. Where's the cat gone? Have you just run off? He's had his snacks and he's gone. So that's that. And then when we saw Rosie, she passed on this Susan Hill's Mrs. De Winter, which she bought in a charity shop in Chester the last time we had a day out. And we found this and she snapped it up because we both love Rebecca. And I remember this coming out. Didn't read it at the time. Probably 30 years ago. 31 years ago. And Rosie read it and I think she found it slow. I think she was disappointed. So she's passed it on to me because she knows I like slow and boring books. Last night I dreamt I went to Manderley again. This, the first sentence of Daphne du Maurier's Rebecca, is probably one of the most famous openings to any novel, but the end of Rebecca is even more intriguing. There was no moon, the sky above our heads was inky black, but the sky on the horizon was not dark at all. It was shot with crimson like a splash of blood, and the ashes blew towards us with the salt wind from the sea. What happened after the fatal fire? At Manderley, what happened to Max de Winter and to his second wife? What, for that matter, happened to Mrs. Danvers and Jack Farville? Millions of readers have wondered. Now it can be told. This was the first time, I think, or one of the first times, that they really got behind publicising the extension to a franchise. Nowadays, it happens all the time. You've got new Roald Dahl stories, new Famous Five Enid Blyton stories. This is the first time they really got behind pushing a new novel by a famous writer coming in to carry on the story. The estate of the original author getting behind it. That was a new thing, I think, in 1993. Susan Hill, a distinguished novelist writing at the top of her form. That kind of language always makes me laugh about books. There's a kind of games, sports day, public school kind of wankery feel about those kinds of phrases. Top of her form, all that stuff. BBC Two. Anyway, has imagined brilliantly and wholly convincingly, precisely, lots of adverbally, what happened next. Daphne du Maurier would approve. So too will innumerable readers of Rebecca and the huge number of people who appreciate the joining of a great novelist to a wonderful story. Well, I'm looking forward to it, even if Rosie says it's slow. There's nothing wrong with slow, so long as it doesn't grind to a halt. And I've loved the Susan Hill books I've read before, apart from maybe one. And of course, I love the original Rebecca. And my Christmas present, one of my presents from Rosie, is this, Gossip from the Forest by Sarah Maitland, who is an old friend of mine. Rosie hadn't realised I've known Sarah for about 34 years, and I haven't read her last couple of books. This is about Britain's forests and their links with fairy tales and folk tales. Right up my alley, really. These are the kind of things that we talked about years ago when we talked about stories. In this exquisite, groundbreaking book, Maitland journeys through forests in different seasons, illuminating the mysterious secrets and silences, gifts and perils of our most ancient landscapes, and untangling the forest's role as the source of one of our earliest and most cultural forms, the fairy tale, vital cultural forms, the fairy tale. I don't know if you can see, but the blurb is written in the middle of this tangled, silvery traces, branches. That's quite distracting and annoying. Ooh, look how the text is set on the page. That's way too much. That's way too tangled. Anyway, Sarah writes really engagingly, and I love her. Oh, photographs by Adam Lee, her son. That's nice. Yeah, she's really brilliant, and I especially like her short stories and the ones from the 90s. So that's fun and really strange to be bought a friend's book by another friend. Right, and then we went through town and visited a couple of shops. House of Books and Friends, which I must film in. I keep saying that, which was nice. And Rosie bought something about a bookshop in a post-apocalyptic city. I think that was the gist. A kind of zombie bibliophile book that she's going to report back on. Oh yeah. And I went to FOP and got a copy of this, which was reduced. I thought I'd missed out on the chance of getting this. It's Joni Mitchell's drawings and song lyrics, her early work. Morning Glory on the Vine. And fittingly, I guess it's a book about Los Angeles and California, because that's where she has always been. It's where she writes about and draws in this early work. The pictures look to me as if they're done in felt tip. I saw these reproduced on Facebook recently, and I thought, oh, I wish I'd bought that when I saw it, because look. And in this large format, I mean, it's a very lavish format, and it's only because she's so famous as a rock star, she gets this treatment, which is a shame, but that's how it goes. Luckily, she does nice things. These kind of Matisse in felt tip pen. And let's face it, had he had them, Matisse would have been using felt tip pens, I'm sure. I think these are gorgeous, and they're very inspirational to me. You know, these are some of the ones I glimpsed online. It's lovely to have large reproductions of them. And it's as much the stuff she leaves out as what she draws on. That's so good. I'm not sure about the lyrics, because they're all in handwriting, very tidy handwriting. No, I think it's nice. I think it's nice to have the lyrics. Yep, these are sweet, aren't they? I want to get some ink. Siobhan was saying, did I like calligraphy pens and things? Because she's got a set and she was going to pass it on to me. So I thought it would be lovely, and I was thinking this before, to get some coloured inks and draw with those, and scratchy pens and things. I have been doing watercolours. I've embarked on a drawing project for January, which makes me really happy because I haven't been doing much drawing. And in the past couple of days, I've started doing, these are a bit like my pantomime drawings from just before Christmas, doing these watercolours of characters from things. So I began with, yesterday, the Bionic Man, the Bionic Woman, and Bigfoot from the late 70s. And then today, it was the turn of Batman and Robin and the Joker and Penguin. And it's on this beautiful watercolour paper. I've just bought a new supply of this. It's really lovely, heavy stuff. Using my Reeves paints that I got, the tins over there, I can't show you, I've shown you before. The Reeves paints that are exactly the same ones that I had in the 70s, in the same kind of tin. I think it's a vintage set, hardly used. And the colours are so strong and gorgeous. My favourite bit is the Joker and the Joker's feet. But I love the fact that the colours are just instantly recognisable and trigger kind of particular childhood fond memories for me. I'm going to work my way through characters from different things that mean something to me, not for any particular reason, just for fun. See what comes of it. Right, so there's my book haul that appeared as if by magic, and Socks has had his extra present from Rosie. I'm sure he's going to be munching on those all evening and over the next few days. But we mustn't give in and give him too many. Okay, I wasn't expecting to do a video today, but I have. I hope everyone's well, and I hope you can see this video because it's in darkness, just about, compared with my daylight flooded videos of recent days. I'm going to have an evening of watching Legends of Tomorrow. We're going to begin season 4. It's one of my favourite shows of recent months. It's an old show, really, and I'm just catching up, but it's good fun. Okay, goodbye everyone, and I will see you again soon in the next episode. Goodbye.